Welcome back to Game Crunch, everyone. Keeping up to date with the latest in the video game world. Now, today we've got a couple big topics that we're going to have to talk about, including some big changes coming for Nintendo Switch for Chinese players, and what this might mean for the future for the Nintendo Switch 2 console going forward. And then, on top of that, we got some reports of some pretty big numbers coming from Activision Microsoft about the performance of Black Ops 6. More on that in a minute. But of course, you know what the deal is. I mean, you've probably heard this in every single YouTube video in the history of YouTube videos, so you know what to do, you know what the buttons are, so just go ahead and do it, and let's just get right into the news today. So, first off, let's just start with Nintendo. Big changes are coming for Switch players in China. The company announced that the Chinese Nintendo Eshop will be shutting down entirely by 2026. So here's the breakdown. On March 31st, 2026, game sales and downloads will stop. By May 15th, 2026, players will lose access to downloading previously purchased titles, including DLC. This is a big oof for the all-digital future. The Switch was released in China in partnership with Tencent in 2020, but it launched with just one game, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, arguably the best game on the Switch. Since then, older titles were slowly localized for the Chinese market. Now, as a consolation for the closure, Nintendo is offering free games to players with Chinese Switch consoles linked to WeChat. From November 2024 to March 2026, players can claim up to 4 free titles, including Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Super Mario Odyssey, New Pokemon Snap, Kirby Star Allies, among some others. The catch? Each WeChat account can redeem the offer only one time, so multiple consoles need separate accounts. While it's disappointing for Chinese gamers, this program at least offers some sort of small silver lining. So what do you think about Nintendo's decision? Let me know down in the comments. So I've definitely got some thoughts on this in general. So the Chinese market, I looked it up before I did this video because I wanted to see how many Switches actually sold in China, if it was actually a big deal or not, because I thought it was going to be a bigger deal than what it is. It turns out about 4 million Switches, just shy of 4 million Switches is all that came out of China. So it doesn't really look like in the grand scheme of things when you've got a console that's sold, almost 150 million at this point, that 4 million of that out of one country is going to be that big of a deal. So going forward, I don't see this affecting the Switch 2 all that much. But I mean, China's a big market. Like, this could potentially, if they really tried to broaden their reach in China, it could potentially one day be a big moneymaker for them. But the other thing is, when you look at it from the perspective of, for example, how much the Wii U sold, and the Wii U only sold about 13 million consoles. 4 million is quite a bit. That's almost a third of its total sales. So when you break it down in that regard, then it is kind of a lot of consoles. And then on top of that, my only other thought is, because they're getting these free games and the Switch is region free, I wonder if there's going to be some sort of way, some sort of loophole that maybe we can get around it to try and claim a free game even in North America, for example. I don't know, if something comes up and there's some sort of workaround or we can get something, I'll let you guys know. But let's just get right on. Let's talk about Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Activision has declared it the biggest Call of Duty ever in terms of player engagement during its first 30 days. So here are the stats. More players joined during launch month than any other Call of Duty game, and it's number 1 for total hours played and matches played. A big factor? Well, I mean, you should be able to guess this. It's the first Call of Duty game to launch on Xbox Game Pass on day 1. According to Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, Black Ops 6 set records for day 1 players and Game Pass subscriber growth. Sales also soared, though, with unit sales up 60% on PlayStation and Steam compared to last year's Modern Warfare 3. However, it didn't quite match 2022's Modern Warfare 2. Probably something to do with the fact that Modern Warfare 3 was really just kind of seen as like, why is it even a game and not just DLC for Modern Warfare 2. Industry analyst Matt Piscatella called the game's engagement levels bonkers, noting that its Game Pass debut boosted subscription spending without significantly cannibalizing full game sales. But interestingly, it didn't lead to a big spike in Xbox Series console sales. I'm honestly not really surprised about that, the way they're turning everything into an Xbox these days. Black Ops 6 also helped drive a 12.4% rise in European game sales in October, showing the enduring power of the Call of Duty brand. So have you been playing it? Let me know what your favorite part of Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is down below. So yeah, as I said, I don't really think any of us are that surprised that this Call of Duty did so well, being the first one to come to Game Pass. I personally subscribed to Game Pass just to check out this Call of Duty because I hadn't really checked out a Call of Duty game in like 10 years, so I wanted to check it out. I played it for a few weeks, canceled my Game Pass. It was actually great because they gave me a full refund on it because I canceled it within 30 days. So technically, I kind of played it for free. And you know what, Microsoft? I'm not even sorry because I think you're going to be okay financially. And that's all the stories I got for you today. So I want to thank you again for tuning in. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Do you think that Nintendo exiting the Chinese market is going to have any sort of significant effect on how they perform in the future? And are you still playing Black Ops 6? And if you happen to miss yesterday's news video, it's probably going to be somewhere, I think, over here. And there's probably another random video somewhere over here. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.